Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Island Vibe podcast. We are here in our
Yay!
wonderful virtual format with our
Woo!
guest co-host today. You might know him from, I guess, all multiple social media
Right?
platforms.
Or they might, or
Content
they may
creator.
not, or they may not.
Oh,
No,
you
they
may
know
not.
you, Joshua.
And we have content creator Joshua Regrello. How do
Fanfare!
I pronounce your name?
Woo!
How do I pronounce your name?
You could pronounce it however you want to be honest.
Regrello.
It's not fussy. It's Regrello, but you do your thing. Like, I'm not fussy.
Yeah. Well, I guess you would know Sia, from the TikTok space and different things. So how does it feel being like having all this, people following you and on TikTok and different social media platforms?
I guess it's cool. I mean, I don't really give it much thought. It's no. It's cool to be able to create content and have it viewed by people I think for like mental health and for a lot of reasons it's not good and it's not really important to focus on like likes and views
Yeah.
and things. But I think there's also a side of it where you are creating something that you want to be consumed. And to have it consumed, it's still good and it's still I think good to appreciate. So I'm very, very much grateful for everyone that like views my content, follows me, likes, shares, comments, all of that. I'm 100% grateful.
Great. So for today's episode, we're going to touch on something that we kind of touched on a few weeks
In a
ago
previous episode.
in a previous episode. With
Can I say one thing that I only
sure.
realized like last week or something? There's the video of this guy. His name is Miguel and he's singing. I don't know if I
Oh
want to
my
say it. Can I
gosh,
say it?
guys, no.
No, I didn't realize it was you. I did not realize it was you. And I only realized like last week because someone shared that video. I was like, oh, wait now.
I get
Did I
that
see
so
it?
much. I get that so much and not even funny.
That's
I know you
See, it's haunting you everywhere you go. Doesn't matter how many
I
years.
will never.
Did not realize it was you.
That video is from 2019. Let us stop living in the past.
I love the past.
Interested.
No, I really do.
They're gonna follow you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, hard luck say.
For you and Miguel. Okay, so today's episode, again, we were saying before that it's kind of similar to something that we did with our guest co-host a few weeks ago, which was Nikki, which you might
Love
know.
Nikki. Love Nikki.
Right, and the episode was really about who should pay on the first date. Now, recently, actually, since that episode, there was an article by Elite Singles by someone. It was a male actually, who said that men should always pay on the first date. Now, we already got a thing, the guest co-host was Nikki, right? She's a woman, a lady, and she gave her, side, her point of view. Now, as a male, do you think that men should pay on the first date? The male
This
point of view.
is so trippy because so the people listening right now, I don't know what we're talking about. Like I said, don't tell me, like this just surprised me. But I actually discussed this at length with a friend last night because she was, I don't know if I could talk her business, but basically it came up.
Right.
It came up and she kind of said that, and I cannot tell you without speaking of this, but I actually discussed this last night. So us talking about it today is very, very much interesting. What are my thoughts on this? To me personally, it's very much necessary. I would say no, it's not necessary. Like I could go on a first date with a girl and she pays, and I think that's cool. I don't know if I think as a society, I think it's still very much weird for people if like the males don't pay on your first date. I think for everyone, I could imagine in girls' chat people saying, "Wait, no, I pay for you," and everybody like, "What?" And I could also imagine in men's chat when they say that, and people be like, "I'm not personally saying." To me, I find it's cool. I find it could go either way. That's my thoughts on it.
Either way, but do you make it a rule?
My mom is in the background. She's like, "You better pay."
So then, to you, is not really a rule. You find it could go anyway, but is there any particular rule that men should pay, or men should always have the intention to pay?
No.
Yeah.
To me, no, not that. It's not like a rule for me personally.
Well, actually, any article, the male person who wrote this article, he said the reason why men should always pay on the first date, and he was talking from the ages 19 plus. So this is from people who are in university, young fellas, and older adults. Men should always pay on the first date because they have the financial means. And he went in length to explain this, saying how
When was this article written?
woman recently,
This year.
2021, he said woman has a lot more expenses.
I don't know. To me
So you see how it
personally,
started off kind of what, and then kind of give an explanation, and it was like,
even more what? No, the funny thing is, in the conversation I had with my friend, it was basically if to really this is rare. To her, she's kind of like if a guy wants someone like agreed to pay for him when I first date, he's like a misogynist. And I was like, why is it that why does it have to go to that level? But now, as I said before, to me, I don't think it's like a rule. I am very much cool with like going on a first date and not paying. Personally, I would just do it. Just because I just feel weird with people spending money on me. So like even if we're on like the 10th date or something, I just feel kind of weird. And so that's really that's just what I am. But to me, I don't think there's like a set rule.
See, you would have said something around any previous episode,
so
but do you have anything that aligns with Joshua?
Basically, just to give like a recap of what I said, simply it's that, okay, if it's like other dates, I don't mind, like, if you split the bill or anything like that. But like for the first date, especially if it is the guy that asked the girl out, I think the person who asked the other person out, they should be responsible for that expense, because you jump out your skin and say, hey, let's go on a date. But I wanted to talk about something that was mentioned in the article. I find it's kind of out of place. I find it kind of out of pocket that homeboy say, men have defined what the financial capability or something like that.
Yes.
I find that's a very misogynistic statement.
I don't agree with that at all.
Because what do you mean? Like, so females aren't working, like females aren't able to afford to do these things.
Well, he said they have more expenses than a male.
But I feel like it makes women look like financially handicapped.
I don't agree with that statement, what he said. I just don't.
And even if women have expenses, I think that women should live within their expenses. Like, you should be able to afford your expenses. If I want to go on a date and I want to do my hair, I want to do my nails, I want to do my toes, I want to do my makeup, I want to do whatever I want to do, that should fall within my budget. I don't think the guy needs to pay for all of that. I think you're pushing it a little bit. So I would like to bring up, go ahead.
I would ask you like two questions, because I feel like okay, let me ask you first. If let's say you do initiate it, right? You ask a guy out. Like, are you like 100% cool with paying for that first date?
Yes, and I am that type of person where I actually also feel bad for people spending money on me. Like, that's how my mom grew me. She grew me like never taking anything from anybody. And that goes with spending money as well. So I don't mind being that person, especially because I am in a position where I can do that. Like, it's not like if I'm not working or I don't have the financial means to do it. So if I am to go and ask somebody out, then by all means, let me go and I go for the bill. And that's not even with like any date, that's with me and my friends on a whole. If I just ask to be like, hey, let me go Eddie Hart or something like that, I do not know if my boy could even afford a doubles. So I had to say, well, I go sponsor, So
let's say like a guy asks you, but then he asks you to go like half and half. But this is like on any moment, like you're like, oh, yeah, let's say you go to movies or they go to get a popcorn and say you go to half or what's your reaction?
I think it depends on the person itself, because if it's somebody that, you know, I don't really care for, and it's just you know, you ask me out and I say, okay, I lock up in the house, quarantine my whole life again to live with this COVID thing, and I say, okay, we open up. Let me jump on my scale and go on a little date. And then you want to, half and half after you invite me.
I feel like what happens with this discussion is that people like and even me right now, like we're just trying to be so politically correct that like we don't really talk the truth about it. And I feel like if we be in real life, like a lot of people are not cool with that in both scenarios.
Yeah.
So like people will come on like these platforms and say, yeah, nah, I'm cool, but in real life it's like frowned upon.
I feel like AJ knows me enough to vouch for me.
No, I'm not saying that about you. I'm talking about people in general.
Yeah, there are some men who actually, I guess maybe it's an ego thing where they might say, oh, they don't matter who pays or whatever, right? But in any moment, they always think it's an ego thing, especially if they're going out with one of their female friends or some, you know, a girl or something. They will want to pay. Personally, for me, I kind of agree with all of you. I find it just transcends into different spheres. It's not only friendship or whatever, but if I ask you out, I will pay, right? Or if not, I won't go and not have the financial means. And then any moment is like a surprise to both of us. Well,
yeah.
How this happening? You
know? I don't feel like it should ever get to a point where it's like a surprise. Like I feel like you should like if either of you realize it's like it's a kind of happy kind of vibe we on, we have to talk about that really.
Yeah, definitely.
But what about let's say you go out with let's say you go out with a girl, and actually no, you take a girl out, and in this case I take a girl out and she chooses.
I find this we're talking like if I have experience taking girls out.
Come on now.
You're talking like I had to just imagine real hypotheticals going on here. If I was in this situation.
Personal business. Anything you want to do.
Sorry, what was the question? I was so busy.
Well, if you go with a girl and she like does she have to like not spend so much money, or like in the say if she's gonna spend the most money, or she's just gonna pick up, let's take a doubles, ting. You don't take a doubles on a water.
Okay, so I just I want to understand. Just to clarify, I just want to clarify what you said.
Yeah.
He basically means like if you tell a girl like let me go out and instead of she taking, you know, choosing humble meals to have, she wanna go for the high end, or I'll take that for $300 kind of vibe, you know?
The thing is I don't imagine. I don't know how I react. I'm a very soft person. Like you could abuse me. You could advantage me. I say wait. Okay. Yeah, I don't imagine. Like I don't imagine saying wait. You serious? Like I just be
Joshua look like he will go man cry after.
Yeah, you can take advantage of me. If we go and we go for a movie and you want 10 popcorn, I go and say, so you like popcorn, right?
I'm gonna just share with you. I'm gonna take one.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I generally don't know how I'll react. I don't think I have it in me to be like,
push.
And then my budget, like I don't know.
That's relatable too. Like after you said something, I can't remember what it was, but like you spoke about like it being in the moment and you know trying to be politically correct. I feel like in certain circumstances, like you will just shut up. You wouldn't say anything because you know at the end of the day you don't want to make the person feel bad. Like, but at the same time, oh gosh, you're hot in my pocket.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the situations where you just be like, and then you just talk to the person again.
Just
so all the females who are watching this, that's no Joshua. You don't care, you know? You could
take advantage of me, I ain't mind.
Joshua, basically what I hear is that you sponsor movies for the team. Nope. Movies for the team.
Exactly.
We're not talking about a team here. They are a team date. This is a very specific thing.
Yeah, they
is
come in the
entirely
comments and
different.
saying, Joshua, I want 10 popcorn when you're free, when you're available.
No, I'm a very awkward person. I don't know, it depends. I think it's like a first date. Like if I know the person, I can like, or like I kind of, we have like we just say we now meet up. I pick up you first time we meet up, but like it's like good vibes. I could like jokingly get out of it.
Yeah.
Like I could be like, wait, so you feel like making I play Palanigwe money or girl? Like I could joke about it now. But if it's like the vibes still, we really catch our vibes, they can't be like, wait.
Yeah. Sis go feel real bad day.
Plus, and you know, before AJ, you said that's like an ego thing too. I go and feel that kind of way too. If it's like, if she was something, you know, she want that 10 popcorn. I go and feel that kind of way. I can't give you that 10 popcorn. Like,
Yeah. But that's where the ego part comes up. That's where the ego, not only the whole male ego, but just some person, just an individual ego where I have to be able to pull this off. I don't want to look a particular way.
And no, but I don't think the ego applying to like paying on the first date is like correct. I don't think that it should be like that. But in this case where it's like in the option that you want something, I would hate to not be able to provide that for you. Even if it's like a first date, I would just be like, wait.
Yeah. And I guess that will transcend for both like friends and different things, or it's only for that special someone who you're going to go out with.
Yeah, no, I feel like I have friends too. Like and this is not just like about money. I hate on like just various levels not being able to provide for my friends. Like if they say, hey Joshua, I need your help tomorrow for something, even if it's like, come on, we paid your house, I will feel bad if I can't do it now. Like that's just how I am.
But okay, but the final question should be then, who are these people, right, who come and say these kind of bold statements that men should always pay on the first date, right? Whether it's a male person or female person, do you think it's from their own personal experiences or from some sort of pain, some kind of butt hurt past that they would have had? And they're saying, yes, men across the board should pay on the first date.
Well, okay, first of all, I think a large thing we always have to remember in life is that we're supposed to be capping on social media. I think that one thing we always have to remember. People is be saying we not. I know people on first date and we paying for first date in real life. I think that's something we always need to remember. But no, I think we as a society we still believe in that. And I think I think like I can as I said before, I can imagine on either side it's we as a society we clung that, you know, if and say, hey, what you let's wait for you, what kind of things that and this is not me agreeing with that. I'm just saying that that's just the fact that that's just like a lot of people in society are, right? And it's not me saying that it's everyone, but it's just like a lot of people in society like that. So I think it's A, because we capping on social media and not talking the truth. B, I think it's kind of societal. And that's just really my opinions on it.
Well, once again, we have come full circle, you know, with ease on a particular episode and topic. So we want to thank our guest co-host, Joshua, for joining us.
This was nice and sweet, man. I like that.
Right, you can follow him on all his social media. Just look for Joshua Regalo. You're sure to find him. He's everywhere.
It's at Joshua Regalo. Every single thing.
Right, so Joshua, we hope you can come back for another episode very soon.
Yeah, or they bring me back, man.